If you're into houseplants, you've likely heard of LECA, but why has it been taking over the aroid world in recent years? And why are so many people against it? Today, we'll talk about how LECA grows plants faster than soil and the controversy around it. LECA is simply a rock we use to grow plants in water. It allows the roots to attach to it, and it's heavy enough to hold the plants down. It doesn't contain any nutrients, and this is crucial for hydroponics. But it's just one of the many grow mediums used to grow plants in water. There's many types of hydroponic systems, but we won't get into those today. Lightweight expanded clay aggregate, or LECA, is effective, relatively cheap, and it's also reusable. That's why the houseplant world has adopted it. The orchid community has loved it for years. Like a rock, LECA holds very little water, but it instead holds lots of air, and this is the key to its success. The comfort of soil comes with slower growth and more chances of root rot, but we can make LECA simple so that we get all the benefits without the downsides. Typically, this is done with an air stone to put air back into the water, no different than a waterfall pushing air down into a river. We can either sit the plants in air and water every few days, or we can sit the plants in water and add back in that air continuously. And because LECA rocks don't have plant nutrients, we have to add in these nutrients with the water. Every drop of water that contacts the roots has exactly the food the plant needs. This makes it grow plants much faster than soil. Here's a side-by-side comparison done with pepper seedlings. Both plants were started in soil, but the smaller one is then converted to hydroponics. Here, rock wool with LECA covering the top is used, and the roots droop down into the nutrient solution. He's actually not even using an air pump. And now here are the plants 3 weeks later. The height is drastically different, as is the total number of leaves. The speed in its growth is heavily documented, but not everyone likes LECA. Why is that? Some people say it's too complicated. I guess like starting anything new, it's just different. But when you get the hang of it, it is quite simple, especially for the benefits it gives. You just add nutrients to the water, making a gallon or so at a time, and just change the water out every couple of weeks, if you'd like. Some people say you get algae very easily. Just use a small amount of peroxide in your water to keep it sterile. This will actually add more oxygen to your water also. And some people say it's more maintenance. If you want it to be, it is, but I've neglected this Adansonii for 2 years since making our most popular video on LECA, and it's doing pretty well. When you factor in gnats from soil, soil changes, soil subsistence, the mess of soil and spilling and all that, LECA, with the benefits it has of growing faster and avoiding root rot, is really a powerful system, and I think worth the changes to your growing habits. It also uses less water since there's no runoff, and it avoids fungus gnats, which are definitely the most annoying pests. And when you go to toss out your water, you can actually just water your soil plants or your outdoor garden with the LECA water. We use LECA in an automated system to grow all of our mother plants. Now that's not what I'm advocating for people to try, but every few days, the plants are watered from the bottom up with a pump. We just refill the reservoir underneath the plants with water and nutrients. It's really simple. And when we get new plants, we sterilize the old LECA and reuse it. It's actually very environmentally friendly. The easiest way to use LECA is to start with clean roots of a plant and a sealed vase or like a mason jar. Put the plant into the vase with the bare roots and surround it with a LECA. Put a small amount of the water and nutrient mixed in, and allow the roots to stretch out and go looking for that water. Like all plants, as you expose it to more light, just give it a higher amount of that fertilizer. But use a fertilizer specific for LECA or hydroponics. Avoid the organic options right now because it does make your water gross. For high value plants, LECA can be a great option. And you can get started with a kit for around $25 to try it. Just make sure to use it for tropical plants and probably avoid succulents in LECA. If you learned something new from this video, please click the thumbs up down below and consider subscribing for more plant content like this. Thanks for watching everyone, have a great week.